I'm triple gold. Yeah, picture me rolling with some Dayton's on a Benz. I got no love for you niggas, ain't no need to be friends. Included you in my vision, thought you wanted to win. Cut you out, I tore it down and built it over again. Shit ain't stopping, I'ma pop it till the day is the end. Made myself in the beginning, then I made me again. When it's over, ice my shoulder, I ain't making amends. Play that trick in CeeLo Green, let it blow in the wind. I'm smoking better than I ever did. Gas prices just dropped, guess who got it in? Come get a fill up while the price right. In the dark, I'm shining like a night light. Cutting snow cap, the weed whiter than ice spice. Like Mike, what I say when they ask how I'm trying to ball. Y'all thinking Calvin Cambridge, but I went bald and all. Long story short, I'm never folding, but niggas still wishing and hoping. Picture me rolling, shining when you see me outside. I be chain smoking side, got me out of my mind. She be calling, trying to kick it, but it's hard to find time. Wake up in the morning, thank God, and then grind. Yeah, I don't pop pills, can you picture me rolling? 4K still, can you picture me rolling? Undeveloped film, can you picture me rolling? Fuck a record deal, can you picture me? Picture me, you niggas tickle me. Ain't fucking with my baby pictures, is you kidding me? Triple gold, made Dayton daily, I'm back in that mode. Before the summer's over, match me, I smoke out the bowl, make it roll. In the beginning, shit was going slow. Pack drop, this growing wings, come get it for it's gone. Check the mail, break a box like I'm Donkey Kong. Did a reel, made a sale before I up the post. Phone ringing, where you at? I'm on the way to you. Out the trunk, I made a killing, I know Ray Caruth. You can't dunk if you need me to throw the alley-oop. Never seen a meal, but it's coming soon, I found the loop. Went to Muse, in the dark you see my jewelry gleam. Had to make some chicken soup, them niggas sick of me. I'm back together, niggas wanna see me broken. Of course I had to triple my golden. Picture me rolling, shining when you see me outside. I be chain smoking side, got me out of my mind. She be calling, trying to kick it, but it's hard to find time. Wake up in the morning, thank God, and then grind. Yeah, I don't pop pills, can you picture me rolling? 4K still, can you picture me rolling? Undeveloped film, can you picture me rolling? Fuck a record deal, can you picture me? West Side, I'm so motherfucking triple gold. Niggas hoped it was over, but in my mind, we just getting started.
Oscar Mike Radio is a proud podcast partner of Wreaths Across America Radio, heard every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're also big supporters of the nonprofit I Got Your Six, Two Lives at Once. And with every Wreath you sponsor through Oscar Mike Radio, $5 goes back to this great organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders battling PTSD. Two Lives at Once pairs these brave men and women together with dogs rescued from kill shelters. In this way, two lives are saved at the same time by saving each other. Donate now. Go to wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio to help. That's wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio.
There was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on.
Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, An uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel. A knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me? 'Cause I just wanna...
Get ready! Woo! We are on tour and we're doing it better than anybody else alive. Now, Buddy Landell, it's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on Spilt liquor.
Every bar's holy, straight divinity. Great stability with ancient wizardry. God goes writing on the page after I prayed, he visits me. My frame is spiritually plateauing when angels lifted me.
Welcome to Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor Podcast. I'm your host, Lito, with Sinista1 Productions as my co-host. We got our man Joe back.
Going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
He gonna drop some. He got something huge to let all the all the people know. Something that you're not gonna want to miss this shit. Before we were on here, before the pod started, we were talking about my trip. Took a trip to Orlando for 2 days to go to Disney World, and then got on a cruise from there to Coco Cay in the Bahamas. I had a great time. The worst experience that I had was the damn flying. That was the worst experience. Sister, do you like to fly?
Me?
So I flew twice, and the 2 times I flew was bad. I flew one time over Ohio. We hit wind shears, and that's some crazy shit. And then one time we were flying. It was a quick flight. We were flying down to West Virginia from Boston. That should be a quick flight.
Yeah, that's fast.
We had to switch flights in New Jersey and Philadelphia. And coming into Philadelphia, someone that works for the airport ended up on the runway that we was going to land on. So they had to do an abort landing after we had already passed the gate and we was coming in. The guy had to pull back on the stick and we had to go. They call it an abort landing, and they straight up. Man, you talk about checking your pants after? Oh, yeah.
Well, how was that, though? Like, they didn't see him?
The guy worked there. I'm pretty sure he got in trouble. It was a worker, and he wanted, he probably went to the wrong runway. He was probably told to go to one runway, and he went to the wrong runway, and that's what happens.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
now, that shouldn't happen.
That wind shear and turbulence is no joke. When they hit them air pockets and then the plane just drops, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm all set.
So you only flown twice in your life?
No, I flew twice, but I flew to Hawaii. Hawaii was super nice. The flight to Hawaii was nice. I had a layover in San Fran, and then the flight to Hawaii was real nice because that was in 1997, and I had actually won a trip to the Pro Bowl that year. That was Drew Bledsoe's rookie year. I left here from New England, went out there. I was a young cat. I looked like a football player, so I went to Hawaii with all this Patriots gear that I had gotten stuff to go out there with. My hotel was booked with ESPN, so I was coming downstairs every morning with all the players. So people was already assuming, oh, big black dude, he's this. And I went to the strip club with a few of the guys from the team, and that year was Lawyer Malloy and those guys. We went over to
Lawyer Malloy.
The Foxy Lady was out there in Hawaii, and we went there. And I took my dad with me, and I had a stripper who was all over me, and she wanted to take me into the private room because she thought I was this player. And I was there with my dad, bro. I'm there with my dad. My dad's like, "Go, just go." And I'm like, "This is my father telling me to go, bro." And then, coming back on the flight, some Asian chick wanted to be part of the Mile High Club, and I'm with my dad. And she was straight sitting next to us, and I said, "I can't do this to my dad." My dad's like, "Just."
I mean, you couldn't even do nothing on that plane anyway. It ain't even big enough.
The Mile High Club, they do it in the bathroom. That's how people get into the Mile High Club. They go to the bathroom in the plane, and they do it in the bathroom.
Them bathrooms are small as hell.
I know. Trust me, everybody knows when you come out what you did. Everybody knows what you did when you come out. I didn't go, and she was bad. The Asian chick was bad as hell.
If the pilot was doing, if your pilot was doing what the hell my pilot was doing, shit, you would have needed a damn. I needed a Tums when I got off that mother.
Oh man,
for real, man, it was crazy, bro. Listen, the first night of the cruise was rough. It was like rough waters, and he was going fast as shit. So like, we went from like just being like cool to like we would start doing this when you walking on deck. I was like, yo, this shit right here, I haven't drunk anything yet. I said, and then I was like, is it me or is this the boat? Nah, I know this ain't me. I know it's not the ship. This is crazy.
Oh, damn. So we got Chris Rogers. What's going on? Chris Rogers is actually on here. He's saying hi. He's saying hi to Joe. He's saying hi to Kevin. He's actually live at AEW, and he says he's going to report live from AEW for us tonight in Boston. So, yeah, word. Chris, keep dropping that. Yo,
that's fire, Chris.
How we do it on Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor. We got people coming in on the show talking about I'm at AEW. I'm watching your show.
That's what's up, Chris.
That's what's up, Chris. Yeah, drop them in here, Chris, and I'll pop in and let these guys know exactly what's going on. Let us know who the first match is. Because tonight's AEW Collision. Mercedes Moné is on that card tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. I just recently watched. I mean, I know we're gonna get into it, but I did watch the last pay-per-view. It was good. I was pissed that Swerve didn't win. But it was a great card, and it was a great match too, for sure. So, I'm pretty sure everybody's wondering what's going on with Joe. What is he gonna drop on him? Joe, what's the announcement you got tonight?
Man, so we announced FanFest 11. It's a year away, but it's Saturday, May the 2nd, 2026. Back at the same location as 10. So Ramada Inn Hotel, Seekonk, Massachusetts. We're doing the same thing, $10 for adults. Children 10 and under get in for free. And tonight, we announced the first vendor superstar guest, for the show, courtesy of What the Figs, Toys and Collectibles. They're the vendor that brought in Kurt Angle to our last show. And we have a WWE Hall of Famer coming right off the bat in DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. And his first appearance for New England Fan Fest. Oh, yeah. And the people are excited. He's done so much for the wrestling industry, even, post in-ring career. All that he's done with Jake and Scott Hall and Butterbean and, now with Lex Luger and Abdul the Butcher and, Buff Bagwell and Scotty Riggs. I mean, he's helped so many people, Lex Luger, but, and then obviously in-ring career, phenomenal, did some big stuff, started late in his career and still succeeded and went to heights that, somebody that started at 20 couldn't get to in some cases. So, very honored to have DDP there. It's gonna be a big thing. We'll be doing autographs, taking photos. There's probably going to be, some other stuff added to the signing as we get a little closer with details and stuff. But we may have, pro photo ops again this year. We've had it in the past. We didn't have it at the last Fan Fest since it was our first time at that location, just kind of scoping it out and see how everything fits. But we may be adding the pro photo ops back, which would be great for the fans. And yeah, and DDP is just the beginning. We've got lots of talent announcements to come in the upcoming months. What the Figs, Toys and Collectibles, them alone, they're not just bringing DDP. They've got about 3 more stars coming. So we're gonna have a stellar lineup.
Them.
Yeah, they're all over the place now. They hit all the big conventions, and if you thought there was a lot of talent at FanFest 10, wait till you see what's in store for FanFest 11. I'm excited.
A little small piece of DDP trivia for you all out there. DDP is the guy who ended something very famous for rapper Jay-Z. When Jay-Z first really started blowing up, it was the Rock Familiar, and Jay-Z come out in his music videos and was doing the whole this. And DDP was like, nah, bro, that's mine. I'll see you in court. I'll see you in court. Jay-Z lost and had to pay them royalties. They had to pay them royalties to DDP back in the day. Yep, a lot of people don't know that. That's a great piece. Kevin, you're familiar with What the Figs? That's bringing these talents. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them. Follow them.
So it looks like we already talked. We already talked about the vendor table next year, and we.
Oh yeah, we
want Turnbuckles podcast. We locking this shit down.
That's definitely happening next year. That's it. Yeah, there's no missing.
We gonna be in the house.
There's no missing this.
Kevin, you bring your box of figures to get signed.
I mean, if depending on who's gonna be there, hell yeah.
What do you got there on the wall?
Ooh, I got FTR. I got like 2. Let's see. I got Defining Moments Bret Hart. I got Defining Moments Mankind, which is the one when he fought Undertaker. The figure has the tooth in his nose.
Oh wow.
I got like 2 or 3. I got like 4 CM Punks. I got a Swerve, Daniel Bryanson. I got everything.
That's great.
You'll be bringing something.
Yeah, I'll be bringing it. And then I just did a mass order too. I ordered like 7 right after I talked to you, and you got the Booker T for me that you sent.
Yep.
I did like a shipment of like 7. I got like a Great Muda Ultimate, Final Boss Rock Ultimate, which I already got 1 over here, but I wanted a second one. I did 2 Jey Uso Ultimates. I got a Will Ospreay. The newest Elite Roman Reigns. He has like the family over everything hoodie. And then it's a Seth Rollins, WrestleMania Seth Rollins Elite that when he had the all white on last year.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I got that. Now they didn't put the belt they should have put the belt in there, which doesn't make any sense, but yeah, I got that too. So I ordered like 7 figures.
I do have a question for do you plan on having these different type of meet and greets like you had this time, like you had that breakfast with Gangrel and stuff? You plan on seeing if you're going to have that stuff come through again?
Oh, I'm sure there'll be something special. There's usually 1 or 2 things like that at each fan fest, so there'll be there'll definitely be something, whether it be a breakfast or who knows, yoga with DDP or something special for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
And then like I said, we're bringing the pro photo ops back. Chances are, depending on availability of some of the banquet halls, I'd like to maybe bring back the New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, because every few years we do the ceremony. So that'll usually be the night before. You know what I mean? So we'll do that. So for fans,
I think that's something that like maybe me and Kevin, we probably would get there probably the night before, that Friday night before, and kind of take some stuff in and maybe do some of the rounds on Friday night, and then Saturday, just Kevin, we just enjoy the whole day from 10 to 4, you know, and then you could fly out, head out after, you know, come in early and then head out after the event, because TF Green's not far from there. TF Green's not that far, so you could fly.
I fly out on, it's a Saturday event, right?
Yep.
I fly out Sunday.
Okay.
I want to be able to enjoy without having to deal with, oh shit, I got to catch a flight in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want to do that shit.
Plus, we'll have the discounted room rate too, so it's very reasonable.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, make a whole weekend out of it. I mean, a lot of the fans, all the talent, you know, they normally get there on Friday. They'll check into the hotel. You know, there's a bar, a restaurant right in the hotel. So people are just hanging out, relaxing, getting ready, you know, and taking it easy. So it's nice.
I got my classic Raw's War shirt on.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. That's the attitude era right there.
Yep. RVD. Big boss man. All right.
Yeah. For sure. This is exciting. I also I'm pretty sure around this time we're gonna have shirts, we'll have t-shirts, and maybe some other things too we can put on our table.
Now, would you maybe bring some of your figs that you try to sell, Kevin? If we would do something like that, or
I could, shit. I mean, you know, I'm listen, down. I'm down because you know I got a lot of stuff that some people don't even have. I got a Ravish Rick Rude over here. It's a SummerSlam. It's on the wall. That it's probably, I think it's probably like 5 years old, 6 years old, something like that. But it's still in the, yeah. I got a lot of stuff that's still. Damn, I forgot. I got Bray Wyatt too. Ultimate over here. Ron Simmons is right there.
Oh yeah.
That's Ron Simmons. He got the belt. I got a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Because a year goes by quick.
I know.
Before we know it, we're
It'll
gonna
be
be like,
May before you know it.
Yep, exactly.
Seriously.
I see you got a lot of stuff up there. I got that Jim the Anvil. Now I don't have Tugboat.
I love how the Jim the Anvil has the alternate Who mask, you know?
Yeah. I got he's up there. He's up there. That's the Rock. That's the Nation Rock right there. Nation of Domination Rock. But that's Hogan. That is Sultan. That's Big Boss Man. When he was young, and then that's
Big Bubba.
Yeah, yep. And then that's Jim the Anvil right there. Yeah, that's Anvil right there.
Yeah, I got both Sandmans. The Chase figure.
See, I couldn't find the Chase, and I didn't want the regular one. So if I couldn't find the Chase, I didn't get it.
And I had him sign both of them at the Fan Fest. So that was pretty cool. I've got the Chase figure for Ron Simmons that came out recently. Farouk.
Oh, Farouk, okay, yeah. I got the regular Farouk. He's right here.
Oh, yeah.
Next to FTR. I got FTR right there. Let me know if FTR is at any of these events, I won't be at my seat. Did y'all see what they did to Cope? That was crazy. That what they did to Edge.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
I don't think so. Sinister, did you see any of those highlights?
Yeah, I think they bringing these people back. I think they might be bringing Christian and Edge back together.
They need to, because FTR fuck Edge up.
Yeah, I think that's where they're headed.
Now, do you think Edge and Christian will finish out their careers there?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, do you see Christian ever going in the Hall of Fame or no?
WWE?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for the Brood, if anything, if nothing else.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they're going to induct all three of them at the same time.
Well, they definitely deserve it, you know? That was a huge angle for a while.
But I think Edge will be back at WWE and finish a career there. I also believe that Mox eventually is going to go back to WWE. he got some unfinished business.
Yeah.
With the Shield, it didn't end right. You know what I mean? So I think that it's gonna be some way. WWE is getting bigger than, I mean, like, what are they gonna do with all these people?
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's
I mean, you got
crazy.
that hot rumor about Mariah May's contract is up, and I'm like, how do you fit her in? You got to get rid of somebody if you're trying to bring Mariah May in. She's going to be top tier right out the gate.
Because there's nobody. If you think about it, is there anybody? The top girls right now, if you think about all of them,
it's going to be it'd be a couple of mid-carders, so I would be worried for like a Shayna Baszler maybe would probably she's that cut. You know,
she's probably gonna get cut.
Maybe an Ivy Nile might get cut. You know, those type of people might be the ones to get cut. You know,
I see Shayna getting cut because the one girl got cut. Her partner, her tag team partner.
Yep.
So I can see Shayna getting cut because Shayna hasn't really been wrestling lately either.
No,
not much.
I mean, they the last time we saw everybody was when they had this number one contenders thing, and they all lost to Bailey and Lyra Vaquera, a new team. So that shows you how much respect is going on right there. So we'll talk about that in WWE segment.
Yeah, let's get to some of these topics a little bit. AEW in Boston this week for 3 days. It's a 3-day event. I didn't know that.
Yeah, 3 day. Yeah, they had some type of spring summer thing, and then they have Collision is tonight, and then they have Dynamite. I think it is on Saturday. They're doing three days. Yeah. Yep.
You going to any of them?
No, I couldn't because we got WrestleMania this weekend, and I've got the.
You're right.
Viana's up for her best female hip hop artist on Saturday night in Rhode Island, so we're getting ready for that.
Let me tell you,
for that award show.
My wife was on WrestleMania two months ago, and then I reminded her on the cruise, "Hey, babe, when I get home this weekend, I'm not doing anything."
Well, Wednesday was just like a meet and greet at a Gaines Arena, I believe. I think that was just a meet and greet. I don't think there was any wrestling that went on there last night. The wrestling's tonight and tomorrow. So
WrestleMania is in New Orleans next year, right?
Yes.
I gotta go to one of these.
Have you been to a WrestleMania?
No, I have to go.
That's right.
Yeah, I have to go. I almost went to if I didn't have to go to if this cruise wasn't so close, like I would have went to WrestleMania in Vegas.
If I'm not mistaken, this next one is the last one in the U.S. because didn't they announce that 2027's in
Royal Rumble? You talking about Royal Rumble? Right?
I thought they were going back to Britain with WrestleMania.
Are they?
That's what I thought they had announced. Cena announced it, didn't he? Way back.
Why would they go to Britain?
Because it's going to be the anniversary of the British Bulldog.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's how they built the whole thing up, the anniversary of the British Bulldog and them. And that's what I thought in 2027, they're going back to, is it Wembley or I forget where it is. They announced it during Clash at the Castle. When they were at Clash at the Castle, that last PLE, that was what they had announced. It's either 2 or 3 years. I think it's 2027 or 28. You're right. Yeah.
So New Orleans is next year.
Yes.
Yeah, I might have to get tickets.
Crazy story for you. I went to Tampa, Florida, 2005. It was a wrestling convention, Wrestle Reunion. It was the very first one, and there were over 2,000 fans there. It was a 3-day, full weekend convention, and if you bought the super ticket, which I did, you were automatically entered into the contest to win a trip to WrestleMania. And so I'm sitting there, and they pull the ticket number, and it's a gentleman in front of me, and he goes up to accept the award, and he announced that he couldn't accept the award because he was going to be going to Iraq, in the war. He was military. So he had to give it up. So they called the next number, and it was me.
Shit.
And I was just like, blown away. So I go up there, and they put together the package for me. It ended up being 2 round-trip flights a hotel for 4 nights at the Hilton in Beverly Hills. When I got there, they thought, because my name is Joseph Bruen, they thought that I was the mascot of their football team out there, which is huge out there in California. It was in Hollywood. And the mascot's name is Joey Bruen. And so they're like, when I checked in, they're like, are you the Joe Bruen? And I said, yeah, I'm Joe Bruen. And so I'm checking in. There's an old man in line behind me, and he's like, you're not Joe Bruen. You're not the Joe Bruen. And I'm like, well, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I sign in and found out after the fact they thought I was the mascot. But because they thought I was a mascot, they upgraded me to a suite at the Hilton in Beverly Hills for 4 nights.
Oh.
And it was like $900 a night at that time or something like that. Came with a full breakfast buffet every morning, which was like crazy, top of the line. And the trip also included 2 tickets to WrestleMania. We were in premier level seating, which back then was $200 a ticket. Now it's probably $2,000 a ticket. Where there'd be menus in your seats, and the waitress comes down, brings you your food, the whole nine. And it also came with 2 tickets to Raw the next night. And it also came with 2 front row tickets to the Hall of Fame ceremony for 2005. So it came with the whole deal. And, that was my first WrestleMania, number 21. That was crazy.
Damn, that's some hashtag winning right there.
For it to be WrestleMania 21, that's one of the best ones.
Yeah, that was Shawn and Kurt Angle, and that was the first Money in the Bank, and that was Eddie's last WrestleMania, John Cena's first title win, Batista's first title win. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, you can't beat that. I can't even go to no other WrestleManias after that.
Right.
Unless you get the same treatment.
I know.
Dang. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, what's so crazy? We could have went to the one in Philly. We pump faked on them tickets. We should have went. We was tripping, but they said it was cold too, though.
We made the right decision because when we watched Saturday night,
they were freezing out there.
And then and then when I saw Triple H's presser, and he said he's like, I gotta applaud the fans because it was cold. He said, and I'm like, I knew right then and there we made the right decision.
Yeah. And when you go to those places, Dan, you got to get at least what Joe got. You got to have some good seats. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to stay in a nice hotel and then go to Raw the next. You can't beat that, man.
That was crazy.
You can't beat that. What were your seats like at Raw?
Raw was 3 rows off the floor. So, it was nice. Yeah, and the Hall of Fame wasn't in an arena yet. It was still in a kind of like a theater.
That's right. That's before. Yep, they used to have it.
So it was in a theater at Universal Studios. And being front row, my feet were literally on the orchestra pit floor, and that's where all the roster was sitting. So they were sitting basically with me, and they're coming up as they're going to their seats, and I'm just shaking hands with all the guys. They're coming through. It was a cool experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I remember meeting Bischoff and Big Show and Kane, and they're just coming through, shaking hands, and it's crazy.
That's insane.
That is crazy.
I got to mention, we actually have added Joe's flyers for this event next year in the bottom left corner. As the events rotate, his events will be there until this event happens. So great.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
We'll keep it up. Yeah, we're gonna keep it up every episode for sure.
Thank you.
Wow. That's a hell of a
it was once in a lifetime,
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid actually going to. My mom took me to a WCW event because I got good grades or something. But I was in elementary school. Seats on the floor, and I remember I could walk to the guardrail, and Sting was out there. I'll never forget that. Like he was like right there by the guardrail with his blonde hair, and it was crazy.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
He's got the big goatee now, the big white goatee.
yeah, he got the big white goatee. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. Now he's still under contract, I believe, with AEW.
He is, yeah, because they had to supposedly check with them for the Hall of Fame induction. You know.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be there. I think he's going to be a surprise. You know, they announced DDP.
Yeah.
But I feel like Sting might come out at the end or something. I don't know. I have a funny feeling about that.
Listen, if you see, seeing Sting, that would make anybody's night.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sting, I'm sure Kurt Angle is probably super cool.
Oh, Kurt, yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
first class.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard he was super dope.
Yeah.
Anybody that you would like to meet, Sinister? Anybody in particular? I like to meet. It's a lot of people that I like to meet, but if I can meet Mick Foley, that'd be dope.
See, I got to meet a lot of these people as they was coming up through the ranks. So for me, it you know, she was on Kevin Hart's Cold as Balls show this week. Rhea Ripley.
Yo, hey Joe, he has a thing for Rhea, man.
She broke the internet. She broke the internet this week. Yep.
That's all he ever talks about is Rhea. Like she's married, bro. You do know she's married.
I understand that. There's a lot of people who are married, yo. I just found out that Aleister Black is married to Zelina Vega, and I'm like, yo, he's a lucky man. He's a lucky man.
He's coming back, right?
Yes, that's the word.
How are they going to do this though?
Yeah, they can stop the rumors about him taking on RKO at WrestleMania. You're not going to bring a guy in and put him right in WrestleMania. That's not happening. So stop those rumors, people.
But I could see him interfering in a match.
Maybe, but I don't see it because that it really rubs your talent the wrong way, especially those who got scratched for that night. You know what I'm saying? I think Aleister Black will show up maybe on a SummerSlam or something, or Backlash.
Yeah, maybe I think they're going to wait for SummerSlam to come.
Yeah, Vince McMahon used to do stuff like that, and that's the stuff that rubbed people the wrong way in the back. You know, people who work real hard, and then you bring somebody in at WrestleMania and drop them in WrestleMania. You know, they did that with Rousey, and look what happened with Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? Ronda Rousey, The Rock brought her to the ring. You know, remember to get Stephanie. Remember how that all went down? And
well, she was in the crowd. Remember?
Yeah, but that was how they set that whole thing up, and her head got gassed, and it for me, I feel like that's just a downfall. It's not a good look professionally, you know. So,
and we got Rusev too, right?
Yep, that's the other rumor that's coming. So
I don't really see how he, you know, no disrespect to Rusev, but like, what did he do when he didn't do nothing. Are you bringing back his wife too? Because she was his manager,
right?
I don't know. Like,
I mean, she's not doing anything. Might as well.
Yeah, she was his manager. TNA Tessa Blanchard versus Masha Slamovich, April 27th at Rebellion. Okay, I still like Tessa, man. I wish Tessa was in WWE. Honestly, that's what she needs to be. That Blanchard name, I mean, she needs to be in a bigger company. And I don't know what's going on with her. I know she had some stuff go on a few years ago. They were saying that she said something racist or something like that.
Yep. It was borderline. I saw it.
Oh,
she
okay.
paid her dues though. She paid her dues. She paid her dues and came back.
Yeah,
but people still dragged her through the mud when she came back. You know, right away. People dragged her through the mud. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they still chant it. You could hear the chants, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Do they? Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Now we're in WWE. How y'all feel about NXT right now? Like, you think NXT is pretty good?
Yeah, they're killing it. They're killing it. I mean, you know, they're a whole different look. They're a whole different thing than what they began. Right now, WWE Evolve is what was really the plan and what they was doing with NXT, that developmental stage type wrestler. But NXT, the talent just got so big, and the storylines just got so good. And you forget, during COVID, to be honest, NXT was really killing it while WWE struggled during COVID. NXT was killing it.
Yeah,
because there was people were home and there was more time to watch more stuff. So now people were like, okay, I'm gonna check out NXT now. It's COVID. I really never got a chance to check it out. And then people was like, oh shit. And now look at your WWE main roster. Most of that roster here that's in WWE's WrestleMania's main events, they're mostly a lot of NXT people.
I can't say WWE struggled though. Roman Reigns, like if it wasn't for him around that time, I mean, because he pretty much kept people tuned in to watching WWE with no crowd. And you know what else was super dope about watching WWE?
When you could sit in the crowd.
You could sit in the crowd.
Three times. I was able to sit in the, and I thought that was, I'm surprised they didn't get an Emmy Award for that, because that showed that they were able, that saved their asses during COVID.
Yeah.
That really saved their asses, and I'm surprised they didn't get some type of innovative award from the Emmys or something for those 2 years during COVID to bring all these fans in. And they monitored, and if you acted up, you got booted, and you didn't get invited back, you know? So
I was in the crowd 2 times.
Yeah, it was a great time, you know?
And it was so dope because, like, the camera that you were watching was like you were right there.
Right.
It would tell you when to boo or cheer or whatever.
That was the weird thing. That was the weird part for me, was the producer in your ear telling you what to do. We're heading into commercial break, and I'm like, whoa, this is like we're part of the whole program.
Part of the cast,
Yeah.
See, the cheering and the booing, I hated that because I remember the Hall of Fame, you know, was during COVID, and Kane did his speech, and then Kane was like raising his arm, and the whole crowd's chanting and going crazy, but there's nobody there.
Right.
So it's like, how awkward is that for Kane? Like, the crowd's going crazy, but there is no crowd. You know what I mean? It's just like, and as a viewer on TV, you're like, I'm not buying it. Like, it just doesn't look good, you know?
Right.
Like, why
come out, all you see is a bunch of faces.
It saved them. Saved them, though.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah,
because,
they got through.
Because people would, like, when people would come out, and the way that the telecast, you could just see all these faces like everywhere. It was dope. Even when they did it on the video game, I was like, that's kind of fire.
Yeah.
But you're right, they should have got some kind of award, because I mean, who else was doing? Was anybody else doing that during that time?
They were actually the first to start doing it. So
that made sense. Javon Evans drops Femi and Trick Williams before Stand and Deliver. I'm gonna try to watch Stand and Deliver too.
Is that Friday night?
Yeah.
Is that the same night as SmackDown?
Friday night, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to watch Stand and Deliver.
Is that why the Hall of Fame's on at 1 a.m.?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Stand and Deliver. Javon Evans, he's only 20 years old, man, and he's super talented. 20 years old, super duper. I mean, that guy, super talented. But I think Femi is going to be a champion in WWE within 2 years, 2 to 3 years for sure. He the real deal.
His match at the last big show from the theater in Madison Square Garden, that was phenomenal. You know?
Yeah, Oba is a freaking monster. And I guess he used to play football for Roll Tide. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of, I just watched a clip from LFG. I didn't realize Evander Holyfield's son
He's
was
coming.
so raw.
He
Like,
is
that
going
dude-
to be. Yeah, he's coming to WWE. That dude's going to make
Listen,
it.
I didn't know he was that good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Him and that other guy, that was on Trish Stratus, not Trish Stratus team.
Mickey James team.
Mickey James team. They wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
They had a good match, man.
Yeah.
But Evander Holyfield's son, he looked like he was born to do this.
Yeah.
Undertaker was like, "Yo," he said, "That guy is good." he said, "I couldn't." He said, "Hell, I couldn't move when I was younger than him." He said he moves way better than I move.
Yeah.
I said, "Damn."
And
That's some
that
good
name.
matches, man.
He got the name. That was the first thing they said to him because he at first didn't want to use his name, and Undertaker's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
He's
Holyfield. What are you talking? Yeah.
He's like that. You can't run from that. He's like,
It's
you
tatted
can
on your
create
back.
yourself. Yeah. He told him. He's like, you got to run with that.
Yeah.
You got to run with that.
It's tatted across his back, big as hell. You got to use the last name at least.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen him like, dude, he was doing hip tosses, and I mean, he looked like he's been doing it. You know, he was supposed to be in the NFL.
I believe he played for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, he went into the draft. Got drafted by Buffalo.
Oh, he
and
did?
things
Okay.
just didn't. Yeah, things just didn't work out. You know. But yeah, that dude, he's a talented football player too.
Hmm.
Talented football player. Yeah, man. I don't know. That's gonna be crazy. WrestleMania time.
Ooh, here we go.
I'm ready.
We're gonna go match by match. Night 1. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Give me your predictions, fellas.
I'm going to let the guest go first. I'm going to let Joe go first.
Man, I feel like that could go one of two ways, in my opinion. I think that I could see Heyman walking away with Rollins, and that being something that nobody really expects, and Rollins, takes the win. I would prefer Punk to take it, because you finally made it to that main event spot, taking the strap, that would be, I don't know. I think it's going to be Punk, but I could see that happening with Rollins. But I feel either way, I don't think Roman's going to take it.
Okay. Sinister.
I feel the same. I feel like after Roman put his hands on him twice, I feel like Heyman is the swerve is coming, and I feel like he's going to Seth Rollins. The easiest decision to make. I think that's what's going to happen. And I also think
why not Punk though? Why not Punk?
Because it's a friend thing. This is the wise men when it comes to ring stuff. It's always been about business, and Rollins is that next guy in that next step, and that's why I feel like business wise he's gonna choose Rollins and so he can keep CM Punk his friend. But I think CM Punk comes away with this win. I think CM Punk deserves this win. He's been waiting for this win. He tore his pec, and he had to wait a year, and he did it. So I feel like CM Punk is the guy that comes out as the winner in this. But he's gonna, but he's not gonna get the wise men in the end. So.
I think Seth Rollins wins this. I'm leaning. Oh no, okay, let me take that back. I think Punk wins because all of the big matches that Punk's been in recently, he's lost. He's been like real close to winning. They're gonna put him over that night. Make him that much closer to a championship, a title. I think, but I don't think he's gonna go for the undisputed. I think he'll go for the world heavyweight belt, because you do know like Roman still is owed a mandatory rematch. But if Cena wins, how does that work? So I don't know. I don't know how that works if Cena wins. But okay, so I went Punk. So 2 Punks, 1 Seth. WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair.
Stratton all day. Flair's putting her over. That's where Flair's at right now in her career. Flair's here to put people over. And Tiffany's too hot to lose that belt right now. The fans love her. Fans love that Tiffy time.
I feel the same. I feel like, she's on fire right now. And like you said, they're all behind her. And with Charlotte coming back, like she has many times, everybody just expects, oh, great, Charlotte's going to win. But that's going to be the surprise. I don't think she is.
Yeah, I feel like they're building I feel like they're building her into this major heel character for the women's division. And losing is another way for her to be tainted and add to that heel character.
I feel like she loses at WrestleMania to Tiffany, wins at SummerSlam, gets her belt back at SummerSlam.
Okay.
I think they want Tiffany to get that win in WrestleMania because think about like Charlotte is the heel right now, and like they've been showing little things like how Tiffany got beat up outside next to the Street Profits.
Oh yeah,
she's been getting whooped. She then went to the ring and pulled out the ring and beat her up. So Tiffy has been getting beat. So it'll seem like Charlotte's going to win, and then Tiffy will pull something. I think Tiffy somebody will help her. Somebody's going to help her. I think maybe Nia. Somebody's going to come down. I think Tiffany can't beat her straight up. Somebody's going to help her, I believe. United States Championship, LA Knight versus Jacob, 5-2.
I'll let Joe go first.
New champion. I feel like Jacob has proven himself. LA Knight is over like crazy, but I think he's going to take the L.
Jacob 5-2 for me. He's too hot, man. That fan base. He got like the whole Bay Area behind him because that's where he's from. He's in Vegas.
A heel, but
yeah, he's a heel, but it don't matter. Like
no,
he's super duper talented. I go Jacob 5-2. I got Jacob winning his first belt in the WWE.
Look, you all know my feelings on LA Knight. I can't stand the guy. I think it's his whole gimmick is overdone, overplayed. It's just a rehash of every character from the 80s in the WWE. I'm looking for Jacob Fatu, lightning in the bottle, to not steal this win, take this win. And the crowd's going to go crazy because they have a problem on their hands. When Jacob Fatu started getting the heat that he got from the fans, the support, they had a problem, and they knew they had a problem. And the problem took him right into WrestleMania. And when I saw Sports Illustrated name him as Wrestler Male Athlete of the Year, yeah, you got to capture that. He's taking the belt. He taking that belt. And
he got named that by Sports Illustrated? Didn't know that.
Yep. And it really adds to the Bloodline storyline now, because they really kind of they had some stuff brewing there, but now he's got the belt. So now it's FU Solo. Now it's really FU Solo.
Now it's him and Solo at SummerSlam.
Yep. So you can really build that storyline now, because he don't have to respect Solo. Solo don't got no belt. And that's what that's exactly what he's going to tell both of them fools.
Yep. Y'all couldn't get it done, and I did.
Yep. Exactly. That's exactly what's coming.
Word. All three of us for Jacob. Okay. Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Ooh.
Who wants to go first?
Ooh. This match for me has shades of sleeper match of the night. There's no belt on the line, but it's the hottest. And we talked about this, that black girl drama, that black girl magic. When they started this storyline, you pulled in black women who probably never watched wrestling, but was sitting next to the man, and they saw this whole storyline evolve, and was like, "Oh, this is what's happening in WWE. Oh, I'm vested. I'm vested." And like we said on this show 2 weeks ago, when Jade came back, the first thing I noticed about Jade Cargill is she put in work at the WWE Training Center. She put some fucking work in. When she came back at the Elimination Chamber, I was like, her timing was perfect. She wasn't looking fake in her moves. She was looking like she knows what the fuck she's doing now. This could be match of the night right here. Sleeper match of the night right here. I think Jade takes this. I think Naomi's putting her over in a big way.
I think the emotion's been in that storyline. It's been awesome. I mean, it's been a great build, and I don't think there's any way that Jade can lose. I mean, she's coming in so strong. You know, she's a person that they want to build, you know, to be the next superstar. How are you going to make her lose? I just don't see it happening. The only way she would lose, I think, is if, like, you know, somebody interfered or something. But other than that, like, she's not going to take a clean pin. So I see her getting the victory at WrestleMania.
Same. I got Jay beating the bricks off of Naomi. Yeah, I got that happening.
But Naomi's been awesome with the feud. I mean, with the crying and the everything.
She took a page out of her father-in-law's when Rikishi said, "I did it for The Rock." And she said, "I did it for Naomi," or "I did it for Bianca." She took a page out of his book. I think he kind of helped her with some of this. Because now Naomi's her stock is up again.
Yep.
So, World Tag Team Championships: the War Raiders versus the New Day. Don't really care about this this match at all.
I'm surprised New Day got to wrestle. They haven't wrestled all effing year. I'm surprised. Of all the teams that could have deserved a tag team match at WrestleMania, you're telling me this is the best that you could do? And here's my thing. I have this scary feeling they're going to give it to New Day. I have this scary freaking feeling they're giving it to New Day. And
I can care less about this match, honestly. I don't like the New Day. I just don't like them. I got they're going to win, but I wish the War Raiders would just beat the
unless
crap out
Big
of
E comes back and makes sure they lose. That's a pop. That's a big pop if that happens.
And it ain't happening.
Yeah, I gotta go with the War Raiders. I don't know. I prefer the War Raiders, you know, to take it. Yeah. But you know, I don't know. The New Day, they're doing a good job as heels. You know, it's not that they're not, but I feel like they're not being put in a position to shine. Like they're kind of just there. They're in little matches. They're not doing big things right now, you know. But I've always been a fan of the War Raiders. You know, Ivar, Todd Hansen. He's a New England boy. You know, he's been. I used to ring announce him in 2001. You know, I've known him for a long time, and definitely rooting for him. And just to see him, you know, defend the tag team titles on WrestleMania card is awesome for him.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, you know, just because he's a New England guy, you know. So that's who I'm rooting for. But if New Day take it, like I said, the character building has been great as heels, but they just need to. It's like they're missing something, you know.
Yeah.
And like you said, there are other teams that maybe could have been. You know, it's too bad like they're on the pay-per-view, but the Motor City Machine Guns are on SmackDown.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Let's
So
not
why,
even,
why, you know?
let's not even give the next match. This is ridiculous. El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. I got Rey.
I'm gonna have to go with Ray also, and I think he's Chad Gable. He's getting unmasked.
Yep. Exactly.
I agree, and as I said, they've got 16 lucha wrestlers under WWE contract right now. They're about to bring back this cruiserweight division, and the luchas are going to have their own little thing coming into WWE. That's where we're headed. This whole thing about disrespecting luchas and stuff gets exposed. Chad Gable gets exposed. This is Rey Mysterio.
Take
all
that
day.
exactly.
He's
all
taking
day
that
long.
mask off. Yep, he's taking the mask off. Yep.
And next match, World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus Jey Uso.
Easy peasy. Easy. Look, main event Jey Uso. You have Saturday night's main event 4 times a year. It's about to happen. Jay's about to get that belt, and then he's going to be the main event champion and defend that belt every Saturday, quarterly, for as long as he can. Just like some of the wrestlers before him did. Yeet is going to become part of Saturday night's main event. They've already got the Saturday night main event logo with his name. So Jay's taking his belt, and they played everybody. I have to admit, the whole ticket sales are low across America. They manufactured all that. That was all planned by the WWE. He was scared of Gunther, and then what they do? They gave Jimmy the biggest, most brutal beatdown that I've ever seen in wrestling in a long time to get everybody brought in and invested into this storyline. And I saw the heat that Gunther got at Raw on Monday, and I'm like, holy shit, they did this. They manufactured. This is what they wanted. They wanted everybody to be a week away from WrestleMania and just absolutely hate Gunther so he can lose this belt and he can move into where the big guys are. Because Gunther deserves. He's a hard worker. He deserves to be in the upper echelon now. So let's get him out of here and let's move him up.
Yeet. What about you, Joe? Who you think gonna win?
I think the Jay's going to take it. They've built him up so big, and he's so over. I mean, I was a fan of the Usos as a tag team. I can't really get into the Jey Uso thing, just me personally. I don't know. I don't. I'm just not connecting with it. But it's huge, and you can't deny that. And I'm a huge Gunther guy, so I'm rooting for Gunther personally. But I know he's going to lose it. He has to lose it. Like you said, he'll go on to bigger things anyway. I'd like to see a feud with him and Braun Breaker.
Ooh,
that'd be nice.
And not necessarily for the IC title. Braun maybe moves away from that, and maybe they both move up a little bit, and that kind of shifts them up.
10:27. I'll go through these as fast as I can. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. I got Cena for the win. What you got?
Same. And they ruined it by having ruthless aggression here in December. You know that this is going to carry on. So I got Cena. I think it's a no-brainer.
Cena wins number 17.
But there is a secret there. I think this Cena win is leading to the dark side of Cody Rhodes, because if you saw the Clash of the Clans commercial with Overlord Cena, with Overlord Rhodes, and I'm like, are they playing on his WWE character changing? So I think this is coming.
As long as his name is not Dashing.
Yeah, I got.
If you turn into
Cena
Dashing Cody Rhodes, you deserve to have your ass whipped. My bad, Joe. Go ahead.
Oh, that's all right. That's a tough one, honestly. I feel like it could go either way, but I'm going with Cody. I'm going with Cody.
You know what's
so
crazy?
The Rock will be involved in that?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
They have not said he's going to be there yet, but
no. But of course he is, right? WrestleMania.
Right.
Yeah. Women's World Championship: Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. I got Bianca winning.
Bianca's taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's come ever since she's kind of like reformed herself. She's like,
Yeah.
she's determined and she's ready.
What about you?
I'm gonna surprise everybody on this one.
EO keeps it.
EO.
Keeps
I'm going with EO because I'm looking at what's been happening on Netflix with her. And I watched this last interaction with EO Sky where she jumped up on the top rope and come off and kick Rhea Ripley in the back. And I saw the pop that she got. And the fan base is really supporting her. The fan base is really taking her in. But again, the reason why they made her champion is because they're seeing those numbers from the Asian markets. And I think EO's about to win this. I think she's about to win this match. Because that's the whole storyline. Is that Bianca and Rhea the bigger two, and they're both focused on themselves. They're not focused on EO. EO can come in here and roll somebody up in a small package like she's already done Bianca. She's already stole wins from Rhea. Rhea's, if I'm not mistaken, Rhea hasn't beat EO yet. So I'm going with EO. I gotta go with EO on this one.
Gotcha. Dang, time flying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches left.
We're good.
Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. I'm gonna say Braun retains.
I'm gonna say Penta, new champion.
I can't go with that. Penta is getting back with his brother. They know this is coming. This is definitely coming. He's getting with his brother. As much as I want Penta to win that belt, he's not getting it. I think we see a lot go down in this match. I think we're going to see Finn Balor turn and break away from Judgment Day, which will lead him into the Demon. I think Braun Breaker retains this belt, but I think there's a lot to happen in this match. I think the breakup of Judgment Day is coming. Or
Does
at least
Braun
Finn
have to take the pin?
Braun will, yeah. No, I think Braun's going to win. Braun's going to win, though.
But I'm saying, does he have to take the pin to lose the title, or can somebody else get pinned?
No, somebody else can get pinned.
Somebody else can get pinned. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's so you really, I mean, anything can happen with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this is the end of the Judgment Day as we know it.
Yeah, it definitely. This is what's gonna let Alex come right in and be the new leader of Judgment Day. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I got Priest winning.
I got to go with Drew myself. I think
Sin
Drew
City
deserves it.
Street fight.
Yeah, Drew, I don't know. Drew kind of got, shafted with the whole COVID championship thing. They got to give him a victory at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but then he's got all these quick losses. He gets these quick losses all the time since then. So I like Damian Priest, and I think Damian Priest gets this win.
Okay. WWE.
I think because I've been saying this before. I really think Seth Rollins is really trying to put together this generation's new format of Shield, and I think that new Shield will be. Originally I thought it was going to be Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and KO, but KO's injured, so we now have to come in with a third member. But I think Drew loses to Damian Priest, which forces Drew to join with Seth Rollins to create this new Shield that's coming. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Now, do you guys think that anything's going to happen with Orton?
Well, that's one of the matches.
Yeah.
That's one of the matches. It says to be decided.
My opinion. Yep.
It's a mystery match.
Yeah. It
Yep.
says.
I didn't know that.
It says TBD. That's what it says. Orton versus.
We know.
That's what it says.
We know who.
Who you think is gonna fight?
It's Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis?
It's gonna be Nick. Yeah, look, he told him. He said it to him. He's like, unless you want to put the tights on for one night. And Nick's face was like, you may not want that, bro. Nick's face said it all. It's gonna be Nick Aldis coming to that ring.
But then there's no turning back, right?
Nick's gonna get his ass beat. If Nick do that, he's gonna get his ass beat. If we see Nick Aldis come down, he's gonna get his head beat that night.
Because he mentioned his wife, and I was like, "Oh, damn!" Randy went there. He mentioned his wife, Mickey James. Oh, damn. Okay, we doing this?
Wow.
Craziness. Women's Tag Team Championship: Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Bayley and Lyra.
Yeah. What the? Where the fuck did the crowd support for Lyra Valkyria and Bayley through the roof? I can't. Sometimes
they're not gonna let Lyra have
together.
2 belts, so I don't see that. They're not winning.
No, I don't know. They're hot right now. They are hot right now, like super hot.
I gotta Liv and Raquel winning.
Yeah, same here. Liv and Raquel.
I don't know, people. I think that's the surprise of the night right there. I think
Could
that's
be.
the surprise of the night. They're hot right now. That crowd was crazy for them the other night. So I'm gonna go with that as the upset of the night right there.
That's the good thing about Mania this year is it's not super obvious. There's a lot of matches where it can go either way, you know?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Last match: AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
AJ. It's got to be AJ.
I want AJ to win. Logan's going to win because of who?
He's putting Logan over.
But
AJ's
going to win because of who?
Oh, because of what's his Karrion Kross?
Karrion Kross.
Oh.
Karrion Kross is going to interfere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Karrion Kross. I'm not a Karrion Kross guy. Can't do it. Where's Sheamus at? Why is he not on WrestleMania?
I don't know.
He had a big return. Let's get him on the card, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Karrion Kross is going to interfere with AJ because they want that AJ Karrion Kross feud. That's going to be SummerSlam.
Yep. Or Backlash. Backlash is
Oh, yeah,
next.
Backlash. Yeah.
Backlash is next.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Damn it. I think that Solo is going to fight Randy Orton. He's been poking around in his business lately.
You know what? You know what would be nice? Since we all picked Jacob Fatu, it would be nice. Jacob Fatu wins. He gets that belt. He's celebrating by himself in his ring. And then Solo and them come down.
And jump
to celebrate with him. No, to celebrate with him. And then that's when he gives him the I don't love you, Solo, and it's on. That's the pop. That's the pop right there. When they come down to celebrate with him and he knocks the shit out of him. And that's it right there. Because he's hot right now. I would say of all the matches, he's the hottest guy right now on that whole roster for the night. So
see, I didn't realize they were doing an Orton mystery match. So if they're doing that, I don't think it's going to be a current roster guy. I think that somebody's going to either step up from NXT, or I think it's going to be a returning talent, a surprise. Like I think it's going to be big. I mean,
you know who's ready to come back? Who was supposed to be ready to come back around WrestleMania? Big man, who broke his ankles.
Oh. Bronson
Reed.
Oh, see, there you go.
That would be a nice one right there.
That might be it.
That would be a big crowd. That would be a crowd pop right there. Big Bronson Reed back at WrestleMania, and you could bring him back.
You know they would tear it up.
Yep, that's a good ass match right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Damn. Okay.
But I'd like to see
we will see.
I'd like to see Nick Aldis.
You boys watching the Hall of Fame at 1 a.m?
I will. I'll be watching.
Yeah. That's my favorite night of the week of the year.
Yeah.
So.
I'll be watching.
But who's going to top the speeches? Because Paul Heyman killed it last year. Paul Heyman.
I think Brett and Austin.
Yeah, you think so? Yep.
I think that's going to be, it's so unique to see them both together.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big moment. And I think Luger will take it for probably best speech, most inspirational.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. I don't want to cry.
Luger's going to make me cry.
Yeah. I don't want to have Luger make me cry because that's what's coming.
Yeah.
I'm already tearing up right now.
Luger will definitely make you cry. Yeah. His speech will be. It'll be something awesome for sure.
Imagine if he's able to walk to the podium
Because of DDP. Because DDP.
See, y'all got me already starting. See,
Scott Hall.
Stop it. Stop it.
If he can walk to the podium,
that'd be crazy.
Like, say he rolls out and then gets up out of the.
Oh, see, stop it, Kevin.
Yo.
Don't stop, man.
Listen. Yeah, we'll see Friday, fellas. Great show, though. Great show tonight. We got 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days
Shout
for the Hall of Fame.
Media. Let you shout out that social media.
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah.
You can follow us, New England Fan Fest on Facebook, All Access Entertainment on Facebook with 2 X's, and we're also All Access Entertainment on YouTube. And, of course, the website is allaccessentertainment.com.
I'm not laughing at Joe. We have somebody that's in the chat. She followed us from her tag name is Fat Queen Lady Libra Big for Head.
Whoa.
Too much info, lady.
Was she YouTube?
Nah, she's on Owned.
Oh, okay.
Which is Twitch.
Yeah.
Fat Queen Lady Libra Big for Head. She likes her head, I guess. She likes giving head.
And that is the show tonight. For my man Sinista1 and my man Joe, I'm Lito. We out.
All right, peace.
Me in vantage points, so I can't abandon joints. Gotta grab the coins, pay me wickedly. Superman of Thor, who am I? Haters mimic me, and they fans cheer him on with their capabilities. Wow, double entendre, crazy lyrically. Had to read a page in Timothy to take it seriously. Cause I ain't scared, I ain't got no fear, baby, get with me. Open doors for the people, you can say it's chivalry. I drop bombs, it'll be a day in infamy. Mainly cause all my ops feeling painful instantly. Stay for sympathy, not me. Creating imagery that everybody you like, I made a simile.